Okay, so some general tips for sewing. This is how I set up my sewing station. It keeps me from having to get up and down and up and down and up and down. I have a desk, which is very handy, so I have enough room to put a few things. I have my sewing machine, I have my sewing table. It's nice and convenient. I have a tiny pin cushion. Okay, so a couple of pins there, the rest are in use. I usually have a couple of clips, binder clips, hanging out on my sewing machine. That helps if I need to clip anything. Over here, off to the side, I put my ironing table and iron. If you haven't made yourself one of these little personal ironing tables, I highly recommend it. This is just a TV tray table, and I took some batting and cotton fabric and went ahead and used a staple gun and just covered it. And it's super convenient. So if you can do, for small projects, so if you can do this, I highly recommend it. I have these things called string blades by Quilt Story. You can find her here on Instagram, but you can also just go ahead and search string blades. They're adhesive. I have one stuck onto my sewing machine. So if I'm doing any kind of chain piecing or I need to cut, a length of string, then I can just go ahead and slip those over. And it's a quick and easy cut. I have a hook that I've attached to my sewing machine, and I keep a little pair of embroidery scissors, so if I need to cut anything really close to the fabric, there you go. I also keep a small bowl for, strings and scraps and things like that, so I empty this out when it gets full. It's due. And then I also have, you can't see, but to the side here on the table, I have a small cutting board, a small ruler, and my rotary cutter. So if I'm going along and I'm doing patchwork, it's really handy for that because I can just cut small bits. So that's it. That's my recommended workstation for you. Then you really don't have to get up. You can just sit here and just be super productive. Okay, so I hope that was helpful.